Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. We're a swing trader channel trying to predict and anticipate the tops and bottoms of a market and capture the trend in between. Today I'm looking at 5 stocks in order to swing trade with the hopes that it's making money. The Stock Planner channel is an education channel. We're trying to share our ideas with you in hopes that we all become better and consistent traders. Of course, you have to do your own due diligence. You can't trade somebody else's system. You have to develop your own indicators, your own strategy. But you can learn from somebody else, and you can use that other person's strategy and indicators and trade lists to validate your own. But you have to do your own due diligence, and you're responsible for your own trades or ignorance. Now let's get started. I would like to get this video out before the open. Friday's Dow. This is before the holiday. Went down. NASDAQ looked like by the way, the morning looked optimistic and then it kind of faded. And this is the result. A lot of red on that screen. The futures this morning do look brighter. And we have looking like it's all going to be green. Investing.com says the European stocks are higher and the German factories orders slump. I think Germany is going to slip into recession. Looking at the calendar, we see that we have a few things going on today. Non-manufacturing PMI at 10 o'clock. After that, not much else going on. So it looks like the market looks like it's going to try to open positive this morning. There's 5 stocks I want to look at. I have about 14,000 in spendable cash that I want to maybe invest in. And let's take a look at potential trades in order to make some money. Let's get started. The first company that I'd like to look at is Intel. Ticker symbol INTC. INTC makes computer parts, computer chips. Texas Instruments, Qualcomm, Broadcom, MU are all competitors. This stock pays a reliable dividend, very healthy, and right now it's seriously undervalued. 83% below the estimate of fair value. Seriously undervalued. But this stock is losing market share to other companies. AMC, NVIDIA, they're constantly losing market share, and their products are starting to not have a good review. Earnings are forecast to only grow about 2%. And look at this chart. This stock has been going down, down, down. What's going to change it? Even though this is a Seeking Alpha article, even though that Intel has superior products, it's losing market share, as I said. Yes, the parts. Failures in servers and GPUs are stunning, and there's no explanation. This is not good news for Intel. This article here, this one, Intel gets uglier before it gets better. This author had the stock rated a buy, strong buy, and now he has it rated as a buy maybe. He's still positive on Intel, but it's seriously lowered expectations. Using price to earnings ratio, here's where Intel is compared to some of its peers. So it is definitely underpriced in the industry. Current PE, based on a fair PE for this particular stock. Current price, fair value. It would seem like a bargain if that stock price wouldn't keep dropping. Future growth of earnings and revenue, we're having a drop for the rest of the year. And then it seems like it's going to try to take off and go and grow. But that's not what I want to see. The industry growth and the company growth based on an analyst. Past performance. This is what you want to see right here. And this is what you want to see for financial health. They're a healthy company. Very healthy. And you can see that with their snowflake here. You want snowflake to be big and green. At this time, you want it to have a future. Although that's going to be hard in a recession and during inflation. I think all companies are facing this. Yesterday, I recommended a short for Logicom. Similar type business. As I said, I'm negative on technicals stocks in the next few days and months. Looking at TradingView on the daily time frame, each one of these bars is daily worth of data. Ticker symbol INTC. You can see it's in a strong downtrend. Using a free tool called Options AI, we see it's trading at 31.22, if we know that. In 3 months out, 90 days, there should be expected move, a move of price of 2.7% or around 13%. Now the problem is with an expected move, you don't know if it's going to go up or down. Taking this information and plugging it into a spreadsheet, expanding the chart a bit, and looking at the chart, we see some sort of resistance here, some here, and maybe some support here. The RSI is in the oversold position and looking to come back around, but it hasn't. And the stochastic RSI is still hanging down and below its oversold position. And the MACD is hovering around the 0. So this is no information here. We usually like to take a long when this is below the 0 and a short when it's above. It's not telling us anything. And these other indicators haven't really said anything either. Expected move of 13%. Calculating the high and low strike. The high strike, if it goes up, is $35. And that's about here, $35. And a low strike of $27.20 here. So is it going up or down? Our indicators are not much help. But if you pick the right direction and invested $1,000 and got it right, you'd have $127 in your pocket. That's 12% return and 30% APR if you did 4 of them. I think based on the news, my negativity on technical stocks right at the moment, the pressure that we have on inflation and recession, and the fact that if we are having some inflation and a recession, the companies are not going to be investing in technology that much. Now, technology innovation will continue. That's not going to stop. But investments will slow down. So I'm negative on this and I'm the short. What do you think? Leave a comment below. The next stock I'd like to look at is Bed Bath & Beyond. Ticker symbol BBBY. Retail stores, home products, nothing good about this company. The financial health of this company is not good. Doesn't pay a dividend. The future does not look bright. It doesn't have a really good past history. And to top it off, look at this stock. Now, it looked like we had a little jump here. Then, August 31st, they're diluting the stock by this stock offering. Executive reorganization, executive changes. This is a company in trouble. But to top that all off, their CFO officer jumped off a building, committed suicide for cooking the books and manipulation. Without doing too much further analysis on this stock, the stock is surely going to drop. If you can get in at a reasonable price, you can make some money. But if it gaps down, I wouldn't follow this. This is just bad news. Watch this one. I guarantee it'll be interesting today. The next stock I'd like to look at, I want to get from my free Discord chat under Zigzag Ideas, clicking the link, and out there 2 or 3 times a day, I update this automatically through an algo, and it gives you some trade ideas. I use the RSI, the MACD, and the stochastic RSI, and it gives you those trade ideas for each one of those. And then what you can do is take a look at these stocks and see how they fit in with your overall strategy, what indicators you're using, and see if you can validate. I'd like to look at UNH on the RSI, but I want you to note that your mana has a single on the RSI, stochastic RSI as well. And we're going to look at that when we talk about the 3 indicator strategy, when all 3 of these RSI, MACD, and stochastic occur within a couple bars of each other. That's the 3 indicator strategy. That, to me, gives a strong signal and a more reliable one. Lasts a little longer. I'm an option trader. I want it to last a little longer. UNH. So the RSI was below the 30, and it tried to come around, and it went down a little bit. But it looks like it might want to come around. The stochastic RSI is below the 20, and came back around. And our MACD, which I really like when it's really deep like this, the MACD is way below the 0 line, and that's when I look for a reversal. I guess you can see some kind of support here too. So sorry if I don't draw so good. And maybe support up here, and the next level of support maybe here. Either going up this way or this way. Back in history, we had the RSI come back around, we had the stochastic come back around, and we had the MACD below the 0 line. When they all occurred at the same time, that gives me a strong signal, and I like that. That's the 3 indicator strategy. I'm going to show you that in a minute. This stock had an expected move of about 8%, so a high strike price, if it moves up, would be 559, right about here. And the low strike is 472, somewhere in here. Generally, I'm optimistic about healthcare stocks during a recession and inflation, so I'm willing to give it a try for a long, even though I'm overall in my portfolio short. United Health. In a minute, we're going to look at Humana, another healthcare stock. Up or down? That's trading. I'm long. That's my guess, and I'm sticking to it. Going out on my free Discord chat again and looking at my watch list, we see about 350 stocks. So I'm going to pare this list down soon because I'm only trading about 140 stocks. But if we were looking for a long trending stock, BJ is one of those, although I think it's due for a little hit. Or if you're looking for downtrend stocks, you'd pick one of these here. And if you were an option trader, you would pick a no trend stock. Like if you were doing iron condors, you want to stay between 2 points. You might look at these no trending stocks for iron condors or calendar spreads. Depends on how you trade. I'm not doing much calendar spreads or iron condors because the market is moving very erratically. There's no steadiness in the market, and everybody's predicting some sort of downfall. So that's not a good time to trade iron condors. Let's look at Bank of America. It says it's in the downtrend. If you're a long-term trader, you need to get out of that. That's what this says there. Let's go ahead and look at it. Well, I think Bank of America is in a downtrend. We had some pullback here, and now that downtrend is continuing. We had a dividend in the last day or so. That should have caused it to rise up. But overall, this is a downtrend. How you would play this, if you could determine the trend, you'd look at the RSI, and when it's in its overbought situation, you might consider taking a short if you could identify that trend. Let's see how that works out. I'm not sure I drew that line right, but that's not a winner there, and that's a winner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 loser. So how you play a long trending stock is you identify the trend and then look for your favorite indicator to give you a short signal if the trend is down, or a long signal if the trend is up. Whatever signal you're using, it's very simple. But identify that long-term trend, that's the hard part. Now, are we still in a long-term downward trend for Bank of America? Fed, interest rates, inflation, recession, housing market possibly ready to take a dip. And I'm anti-bank anyway. So a few days ago, you could have definitely added shorts. I don't think it's too late. And I'm going to looking at Bank of America to continue its short today. It's definitely not too late because I believe it's going to pull down at least to where it was before. Plenty of room. Now, I showed you on my free Discord chat some trade ideas each day for your RSI, the MACD, and stochastic RSI. And it's up to you to go out and check these out. But I also feel like when all three occur within a 2 or 3 bars of each other, that gives a strong signal, as I showed you on the last chart. And I have out on my Discord in my premium area the 3 indicator strategy, where I stick it all together for you in a trade list. And this gives you a blueprint or a roadmap in order to start your trades and develop your own trading plan, because you really can't follow somebody else's. Okay. And one of the ways of being successful is when you have some winning trades to scale in. And this algorithm automatically scales in those winning trades. And you can see that there's a scale in on Humana. And based on about $1,000 and a $400 price tag, you can buy 2 shares and add. And this is showing all the entries and exits. It's kind of neat. And it's the price of a coffee. I think it's around $4 a month. Again, you can't trade somebody else's system, but this will give you a trade list to start and develop your own. And then you wean off of this, because to be a successful trader, you can't use a black box or somebody else's techniques or signals. You have to develop your own and your own techniques. And that doesn't mean you have to program. You can do the manual, like I'm going to show you in a minute. Humana in a strong uptrend, would you say? The first thing you need to do is identify the trend and then apply a strategy towards that once you've identified the direction. Currently, we're sitting here. We're a long trade. The RSI is below the the 30 and came back around. So it has a stochastic, and the MACD is below the zero line. These are conditions that would signal to add on to the stock. And that's what we got there. And add 2 shares at 484 with hopes that it'll continue on the way up. And you would have gotten in here, maybe here, but I don't know. Here, I'm only focusing on the MACD, excuse me, the RSI, and that would have indicated that along, and definitely I like this because the MACD, this is the MACD, is way below the zero line. I like that. So if you stayed in long enough and didn't get stopped out, that would have been a winner, but maybe you got stopped out here. Winner, winner, loser, winner, and we don't know yet. So if you do that and had a strategy, whatever strategy yours, this is mine. When the MACD is below the zero line, the stochastic is below the 20 and come back around, and the RSI is below the 30 in the last 3 or 4 bars, that's the time to take a long. That's my strategy. That's the 3 indicator strategy, and that's just where I showed you the signal. So what do you think? Is it going up or down? Humana and United Health looks like it's going up. And the market looks positive this morning. Do your own due diligence for these trades.